Today I have a very special video for you because today I gonna tell you every step to your first reading from the start. And if I'm going to explain this to you, I have something to say which is very boring, but I need to say this in every video, especially if it's around the world. But if you are something like schizophrenic or you have other mental disease in this way, then it's not good for you to do mediumship. You do it at your own responsibility, at your own risk. Never do mediumship on drugs or in alcohol. And you must be an adult, of course, and yeah, like I said it before, you do it at your own risk and your own responsibility. Um, okay, now the fun part starts because now we can start with the video. Oh, I need to say something boring else. It's a bit more important outside of the Netherlands than inside of the Netherlands, but I will speak probably of evidence and of proof in this video, but I cannot prove anything by science. So I cannot promise you that this is definitely a science way or it's really gonna be this kind of way. I hope you know what I mean by this, but it's just this video is meant not to prove something, but to be inspirational so you can work as a medium for yourself. Okay, I'm very sorry for the boring part that I need to say, but now the fun really going to start. Okay, the first thing that you need to do if you want to make the connection with the spiritual world is sitting in the power. And before I told you a couple of times about sitting in the power, but I'm going to explain some things to you of sitting in the power. First of all, you have your third chakra. And your third chakra is, I'm going to stand up. It's very hot in the Netherlands, but I'm just till here. And the first chakra is like the third chakra. So when I put my hand like this on my belly button, I stand up a little bit. I put the bottom of my hand on my belly button, and then I'm going to my thumb, and then it's just a bit in the center of my body. This is the central place of the third chakra. So this is very good to know. There is a spot how you can sit in the power. I have a special video of this, but I will explain you also 3 ways of sitting in the power, and this is one way. And you can imagine that there is a light of love in this third chakra. And in your own time, you make this bigger. You make this as big as a basketball, then as your body, then as your arm is circle around you. And then as the complete room where you are in, there, then at the building of the home that you are, then at the street that you are, then at the city that you are, then at the province that you are, then at the country that you are, and then at the part of the world where you are, like Asia, Europe, America, Africa, Australia, just this part. I think I'm forgetting someone, so I'm sorry for that. But then you're going the whole world, then the complete universe, and in the end, you let your energy even go to heaven. Some people think, yeah, but if I take the complete universe, it's always in heaven already. Just find it in your own way. It doesn't matter. Some people like it to say from universe and then heaven, and some people just go one way. It does not make any difference. Okay, what you going to do next, it can help. It's not necessarily, but it can help. You go to your first chakra. Your first chakra is, is just at the bottom of your body, so not in your feet, but between your hips. And then you go up with an imaginary channel through your spine and very much above your head. And like this, sitting in the power is the most important thing to do to be good as a medium. This is even more important than practice your mediumship. Practice your mediumship is very important, but it's more important to sit in the power. And this is just one way of sitting in the power. And then after a couple of times of sitting in the power, a couple of minutes, maybe you can sit how long as you want. How longer you sit, the better. But I want you to sit for 5 minutes a day. That's what I want you to do more than sit for 50 minutes once a week, or maybe even an hour once a month. You better can sit 5 minutes every day, and then when you think 5 minutes is too short, then you can go on and sitting more time. Okay, the next thing that you're going to do in the power is make the connection with a spiritual guide or with a deceased loved one that you know yourself. Later on, I'm going to explain how you can make the connection to others. And actually, this is already not sitting in the power anymore. This is maybe a bit of the next step, but I kind of explain a bit because of the other ways of sitting in the power. The connection with the spirit world is different, and I'm going to tell you what this way of sitting in the power. Okay. Now, what you're going to do now, you're going to feel that the spiritual guide or a deceased loved one that you know is behind you and above your shoulder. If I go and stand up a little bit, I hope that it works. I just need to, because my camera is always in the in mirror way, so it turns around. So, but if I just go up like this, I guess it's difficult. What I was trying to do is the Buddha is very good in place to make the connection with the spirit world. Maybe if I'm doing this a bit, playing with the camera, yeah, it's like this, I guess. Maybe a bit lower, but this is where you feel the spirit world. Can also at the other side, so it doesn't have to be as the side where the Buddha is around, but you feel it behind you and above you, and it's funny that Buddha is sitting in the lotus stand, and yeah, this is of course very logic for Buddha, but most time I don't even see the feet of the spirit. It's more that they're flying behind me, just like here, or here, or here, and then above. This is where I feel them. And this is where you when you're sitting in the power, you make the connection, but you're not going to talk to them. You just make the connection and you be together. And it can be very joyful to be together. Sometimes they going to be pushing you, yeah, a bit to your next level, and then it can be maybe a bit still lovely, but some special, some spiritual guides can be really strong and they can be really much, and they stay lovely, but it can become a bit much for you because they are very much. That is possible. Okay. So this is one way of sitting in the power. And when you're done is sitting in the power, then you can ask the spiritual guide or the deceased loved one if they have something to say for you. So what you can do, you can say for yourself, okay, I think 5 minutes is a bit too short for me. I think 5 minutes is a bit short also. Let's say we take 10 minutes a day. Then you make the connection of making your energy bigger. And when you make the energy bigger and sitting in this bigger energy of love and light, you will take 5 minutes for this. Then you will take 5 minutes to feel the spirit behind you when the energy is still big. Then you can ask if you want, but you don't have to. You can also quick for the moment. And then you can, so you stop for the moment, and then, but if you don't stop, then you can ask the spiritual guide or the deceased loved one. The best question that you can ask is there something you have to say to me? Because if you're going to ask questions, your mind will interfere, your brain will interfere, and if you just let them talk to you, then it's way more possible that they are going to talk to you. Okay, the next most important thing, if you are done, then you always need to make your energy a bit smaller, and you make it so you get it back from the universe, you get it back from the world, you get it back from the province, and so you take every step, but not completely every step, because the circle with your arms just around you from the front until the back till the side, this is your personal space, so you don't want to make it smaller than this. Okay, and then yeah, if you feel grounded enough, because you can be a bit yeah, if you are a bit dizzy after sitting in the power, or you feel maybe a bit light and you're not ready to meet the world again, so that's not safe to go to traffic. Like I said before, you were responsible for yourself, so you will be okay, but always make sure that you take some time. It can help to eat something, can help to walk a bit, but make sure that when you're going to traffic or something else that needs concentration, it is for every way of sitting in the power, and even for the other ones more than this one, that you are coming back enough. Yes, it can also help to practice on bare feet. This will also, or with socks on, is better than shoes. But I do not know how cold it is in your house, because this is also a reason to wear shoes, of course. Okay, the next thing of how you can sit in the power is another way, and the other way of sitting in the power is completely different. You are going from your brain, and you think your conscience is in your brain, and your conscience is going down. It's going down, but very slowly. This, like my hand, is way too fast. It's going down really slow, and when it's going down, you feel more love and more light. So you're going deeper and deeper and deeper. Sometimes you may go to your second chakra. Sometimes you may go to your feet. Sometimes you go to deep in the earth. Sometimes you will go to through the earth and be beyond the earth, and you will fly in space somewhere with going down. But the most important thing you need to know is going down, and when you're going down, you just feel that you are, that you are just more love, that you have more love and light experience. What's very important to know in this way of sitting in the power is that sometimes your own traumatic stuff can come back. So it's not that they want to uh, they want to be mean to you. This is not why this is happening. But sitting in the power can also give healing, and sometimes to get healing, you need to go through some experience. So maybe you're afraid of something, maybe you are being hurt, and it's possible that when you're going down, that this energy doesn't has to be, but sometimes this will come back for you, but just you only have to watch it, and if you're watching it, then you have even more love and more light, and you can go deeper, because sitting in the power is also a way of working of yourself. But this way is really strong of sitting in the power. The other one is maybe a bit easier, but this way, this is a very strong way of sitting in the power for me. And what you also can do next, when you just think from, oh, I'm now for 5 minutes going down, or you and then you can make again the connection here or here with your own deceased loved one or with your own spiritual guide. And when you have this connection with your own deceased loved one of your own spiritual guide, then you're going to do something completely different than the other one, other way of sitting in the power. You just feel that the soul of the spiritual guide or the deceased loved one comes completely over you. Sometimes I explain it. It's a bit like a balloon, but the balloon is just the form of your body. Will feel like there is another soul in your body, like you are in your body together. But this is not what's happening. They come really close to you. They come so close to you that you just feel like you're becoming them. And it can also help that you're just going to feel like becoming them. So you can feel that your feet are not your feet, but from the spiritual guide or the deceased loved one. But I'm going to say spiritual guide for now, because else I need to make the same sentence again and again and again. Then you can your legs, and then you can do your hips. Feel your hips, that your hips are not your hips, but your spiritual guide hips. You feel that your upper body is your spiritual guide. You can go through your hands, your arms, your shoulder, your face, and you can just go as deep as you want. Sometimes it's good to feel like, okay, I'm going to the toes, maybe left feet first and right feet, and so you go on and on and on and on. Yes, but this is a way that's good to know. But you can also go a bit faster, like, oh, I do my legs completely, then I do my hips completely, then I do my upper body completely, and then my neck and my head. It's just the way that how you like to work with it. Okay. Um, but you just feel the body of the soul completely around you, and then you just not going to talk with them, but again just sitting as long as you want to sit in the power. Actually, for this way of sitting in the power, I want you to take it, especially in the beginning, take 15 minutes. What I advise you to do in the beginning is take all three forms of sitting in the power and just do it each day, do another one. So the first day you're going to make your energy big, the next day you do this, and the third day you will do what I tell you, what I'm going to tell you. But again, when you just have sit in the power, then and you're sitting enough, then you can talk. You can ask the same question to the spiritual guide. Van, can you say to me if there's anything that you want to say to me? Don't ask questions. It's very important. Just listen. Mediumship is about listening, not ask questions. Only ask questions if you don't understand what they are saying to you. But for now, you for this meditation, I will for this way of sitting in the power, I will ask you to go down for 5 minutes, sitting in the energy of 5 minutes, and then make the connection for 5 minutes, and then you can. And of course, you come back in the same way. It can be a bit faster, but you let the spiritual guide in every way of sitting in the power. You let the spiritual guide take a step back, and when you let them take a step back, then um, yeah, then you can go up. So you need to go up in the same way that you went down. So always come back in the same way. In this way, you don't have to check it with your arms if you're in your own circle, but you can do it because I know that your energy also will expand. So it could be wise, but it's a bit more important with the other way of sitting in the power. Okay, the third way of sitting in the power and is that you just do nothing. That you're just going to sit and be quiet. So you will not focus of do you do something with your energy. You will not go down. You will not expand your energy, but you just are going to sit, and you're just going to feel if you feel something from behind. But you need to be quiet all the time, and this is everything you do. So for this way, you can just take 5 minutes, and again at the end of the 5 minutes, I will check also the circle again. Maybe you think from it's not wise for me to do one meditation 10 minutes, one 50 minutes, and one 5 minutes. It's just that I don't want to take too much of your time. And even if you do this once a week, not sitting in the power every day, but if you do this complete set once a week, then you will grow really hard because then you sit in the power for 3 times a week. Um, but I can imagine that you maybe think from, oh, I just want to sit 50 minutes every time, and that's okay. I think it's even wiser, but I don't want to take too many time of you. Okay. Um, the next thing is that you're going to do before you're going to talk to others is that you try to talk to your spiritual guide yourself. So but actually not going to talk. It's just like I said already. You are going to listen to what they're going to say to you. But if you think that you're only going to listen with your ears, that's a big mistake because they're going to talk with your feelings. They're going to talk with your mind. They're going to talk with your eyes. They're going to talk with your taste, with your smell. And just take your time to try to notice what they're going to say. But if you really want to have confidence what they going to say to you, then it's very important you practice to others. And if you think you're too afraid to practice with others, or you think you just want to try it out with someone who knows who is talking about, then you can come to me. I will give some advice of this in the lyric of the video at the bottom of the video. But for now, I just want to go on with the video. But you can make the connection to me for a tryout session. Okay. So you try to listen to the spirits, and maybe you think they tell you something, maybe you don't know, maybe you're a bit insecure about it, but it's time for the next step. Now you know how to feel them, and then you know how you can work with them. And the next thing that you can do, and you can do this also immediately, yes? It's not that you have to wait for this, because I say the next step is try to listen to themselves, and I agree with this, but you also can take the step to practice with others. And when you're going to practice with others, it's very important that you first meet somebody else and just tell them that you're going to practice. And when you're going to practice, that you're going to give proof, give good evidence about the spirit world. And what do I mean with good evidence? Is that when you make the connection with the spirit world, you first will feel maybe a man, maybe a woman, maybe you don't know. But if you don't, this is the first thing that you do. If you don't know, I have some advice for you. The first thing that I want you to do is that you are going to check yourself. Um, are you way much more in control of your male side or of your female side? And if you notice, if you know if you are getting more from your male side or from your female side, then you can know that this is a way how you can work with the spirit world. So more male is probably a male, and more female is probably a female. Maybe you're not really sure about it because some male can be really feminine, and some women can be really have a lot of manpower in them. So this is not black and white, but this can help you. But if you see it, then it's the very best thing to do. What you're never going to do, and this is so important because some mediums can do it, but the most mediums are really bad at it, and I will explain why. But never explain how the spirit one looks like, how the deceased loved one look like. So if you make the connection with the deceased loved one for another person, never explain the the appearance of maybe he's a bit fat, maybe he is very small, maybe he's very tiny, maybe he's very tall, and if you're going to say stuff like this, then most of the time it has just to say something about the personality. So it's someone who is very big. Can also be someone who's taking a lot of space, and I mean just not physical, but I mean in the energy. So someone is really around there. Someone who is everything. Everyone knows this person. So maybe later in your reading it will be okay to say it, but at first it will not be okay to say it. At first it's very important to be a bit relaxed, be a bit quiet about it, and just explain it as the inner way of the spirit. And this is just, I don't know the correct English word for it, but it's just I know the how the person looks outside. It's the personality of the inside. So this is what the most times happens. So the outside, how the person looks outside, it's the personality of the inside. So if you think that every rich man, I'm just going to make a joke. Every rich man has this eyebrows and this nose. Every man who has a lot of money has this kind of face. It's just a joke. But then you will see this kind of face, and this is no joke. When you think that every rich man has this kind of face. And this is something that's really something strange to say, because people who have a lot of money can have a lot of different ways to look. But maybe in your mind you have a way how rich people look. So if you make the connection to a deceased loved one who had a lot of money, there are more ways of being rich than money. But if he has a lot of money, then you can then you see the face of a person who you think has the face of a lot of money. And if you think that the person is working really hard, you will see the face of a person who's working really hard. And this is different for everyone else. Maybe you have an opinion about bald men. Maybe you think from that bald men are good runners. That they can do that all the bald men can do running a marathon very easy. No, and this is something really strange, because some bald men will do, but a lot of bald men definitely will not do it. But it's so important. It's the personality. Some mediums can do it, but I think it's only 10% or even less who are saying how they look at outside correct. Yes? Okay, the next step is that you need to go to the evidence. And as I can say, the evidence is not some science proof kind of way. I cannot promise you in this kind of way. But the evidence is that they want to say something about themselves. And it can be about the work. It can be about how their house look like. It can about an illness. It can about a family matter. And what is so important to do is one thing, and this is that you need to stay to the subject. Because a lot of people say, they make a connection with the spirit world, and then they say okay, I have this man over here, and he likes cars, and he likes to watch the game on Sunday, and he just go to work in a suitcase, with the suitcase when he is dressed up really well, and then he is going to work behind his laptop. Yeah. Okay, maybe you're correct in everything, but maybe it has not seen so many things, because this could be a lot of men about my age who has this kind of work, especially because this video is in English around the world. This is even way more than in the Netherlands, where I live from, where I'm from. Strange sentence. But again, so you need to stay to the subject. So if you think from, okay, I see this person working on his suitcase, and then he will open his laptop, and his desk will look like this. His desk is brown. I think it's from oak wood, and yeah, and then you see from he is working. I don't know which level it is. I think it's 11, but it's way up in a building because when I look outside, I can look a bit far maybe, or you look at other buildings who are very high also, but you maybe see from that the cars are very small when you look down. So then you know from, oh, I'm not at the bottom of the building. I'm really at some higher level. So you can say a lot, and even you can say a lot when the person has not even show you which kind of work he does. Maybe he show you what kind of work he does, but you even can see a lot of things without knowing what kind of work he does just by explaining the room. But maybe you open the laptop and maybe you will see some kind of the work that he do. Maybe you will see he is a salesman. Maybe you see someone who makes websites. Maybe he just works at I don't know if a bank is, I thought, the correct word, but the place where you keep your money and where you can take your money from. Um, so this is are all kind of ways where you're still in the same subject. But if you're going too fast from subject to subject to subject, then first of all you will be done in 30 seconds, and the second of all, it's also not good enough evidence because the person has not been subscribed very well. Okay. What's also very important to do, and then we're going to do something what the most people like to hear, I guess, because then we go to the message. But before the message, I also need to tell you a couple of things about the recipient of the reading, so the one who gets the reading. You must always be in control. And this is very important because a lot of times the person who is in front of you, who receives the reading, will give you a lot of questions, and all these questions aren't good for your mediumship. These questions keeps you out of control of being a good medium. So when you are working as a medium, you always need to work with what the spirit world want to say to you. And this is important because of a couple of reasons. The first reason is we try to make the connection with the deceased loved ones, and I think from respect, it's the best thing to let the deceased loved one decide what he's talking about, what he or she wants to give as subjects. And this is also to do something with the message, but I will come later to this. But if you're going to ask questions as the recipient, then first of all, you will not get what you need because the spirit world does never give you what you want. They give you what you need. And if what you need is also the same thing as what you want, then you can be very happy because then they will give it to you. But they will give you the need, and only in words, of course, because if you say from, oh, I need money, then they maybe give you something how you can make money, but they will never give you the money. That would be also very interesting if the spirit world just going to fun. Oh, I need love. Oh, now love they can give you because this is an emotional energy, but in physical things, it's way more difficult for the spirit world to give this to you. Okay, but so you need to stay to the subject, and you need also to be in control and just saying what the spirit world wants to say to you. What is good about the evidence is that you don't have to get a yes every time, and maybe now go too fast, but you need to check if your evidence is correct. And it does not matter if it's correct or not correct, but you need to trust the deceased loved one. And here we're going to a bit of an ethical line, and I will help you to do this ethical line in the correct way. And so you go into the spirit world, and I go to the same evidence. So you have this person, this man with the suitcase working at the 11th floor. Let's say he makes websites for some kind of business. And when he is making these websites, then he is, this is just his kind of job. He is always in a suit, and he has brown shoes. Now, you have said everything like this. Um, the first thing you need to do from, oh, do you know that I have this man here and he is going to a building where he is, he's going to a building and he is working with this, he has this suitcase always with him and he's always in a suit himself. Do you recognize this when he's going to work? Now, maybe you get a yes, maybe you get a no. So if you get a yes, you can go on and you can go in maybe in the elevator. You even can explain the elevator if the person knows. You even can prove it by saying the color of the elevator. So maybe how much levels there are in the building. But it's very good to go back a little bit if you get a no. From, okay, but why do you see this? And then you think from, okay, I need to do something else because I still have this man here with the suitcase, but the person doesn't know this when I'm talking about this. So you can choose to make it a bit smaller. So you can say from, okay, but do you know a man who is dressed really well and just going to his work with a suitcase? Maybe she says, maybe the recipient say yes or no. So then the person says yes, okay, you can go on and you can try something else. The person says no, you still need to do something else. Okay, but for now, let's say that the person says yes, but it's not going to the building, because the suitcase and and dressed up really well. Uh, it was recognized and is also about work. But then you can try something else and try something else. You can also do this as first already, but you just can become one with something that you noticed, and this is very powerful. You can also do this at the start. So let's say from that the things that you see, that the things that you saw first, of that you think from where your attention goes first, was the suitcase, then you can become the suitcase. And if you can become the suitcase, you maybe get more information about the suitcase. And the complete picture can change, but you can also can have the information of the suitcase. And maybe there are instruments in it, or maybe papers from music, and maybe it was a teacher who gives music at school. And because of you becoming the suitcase, then you get new information. Let's say that the person says no, and you still have this man here with the suitcase, then you can also ask from, okay, maybe I'm wrong again, but do you recognize this man who's not going to work but is dressed really well and is going outside? Maybe it's just one thing that you remember from runtime, but he wants to give me this evidence, so he really wants to say something about this to you. Now, and then maybe the person says yes, and you're going to feel again, and then maybe it has to do something about a divorce, or maybe about something else, which contract of family would needs to be looked at, and maybe this person is very wise, so this person is going to check it out, and this is why he is dressed up really well for one time. It can go everywhere, but your evidence is always right, but your recipient is also always right, and this is where you cannot cross the ethical line, because a lot of times mediums going like from, yeah, but I see this person at the 11th floor of the building making websites. Do you really don't know him? And sometimes the medium can go on and on and on and on and on, and then the person who is the recipient can even doubt in his imagination that he maybe even makes someone up that he doesn't know and is really far away, and thinking from, oh, this is maybe the person that the person wants. Of that the medium speaks about. No, that's not okay. You always listen to the nose, and the nose will make you do the work from, okay, I need to get the evidence better, or at least I need to explain the evidence better. But don't go, even if you get a yes or a no, don't go to a new subject too fast. Just stay with it and going to tell more about it. But also don't be too stuck on staying with it, in only stuck on staying with it, because one time, and this is not what I mean, so this is how I'm going to explain it. So stay with the subject, but not to one really small part of the subject. So one time I was in a garden at an holiday house, and I was looking at at a plant in the, a plant is the correct word, I think, something green in the garden, and I was explaining the screen in the garden, and just at the corner of the garden, and I want to go into details more and more and more and more about only this spot. This is not the correct way. And this time I need to turn around and I need to explain the complete garden. I can explain I can give evidence about the house. It's still the same subject. But when it's a holiday house, I cannot say something about the couch at home. Because this has nothing to do with the holiday house, or something about work because the work has nothing to do with the holiday house. So the subject can be bigger than only one small spot, but it must be the same subject again and again and again. I explained something also very important to you, unless I didn't explain it very well yet. But you can go look left, you can go look right, you can go look front, you can go look, you can turn around, you can look above, and you can look closer, and you can look farther away. But maybe you think, oh, that's also interesting, Erik, but I don't see anything, I feel everything. But in feeling, maybe not looking left and right, but in feeling, it's the same thing. You stay to the same subject, and you're going again to it, and you feel it again, and you get more specific about it. And also, when it's in your brain, when it's in your thoughts, you will get more specific about it. I cannot speak anymore. um, but so you need to go on and on and on. But always respect your recipient, that they can know for a no. Okay, then you go to the message, and this is a very nice part to do. So what you're going to do when you're going to speak about the message of the spirit world, then you go back to the evidence again, because everything you say about the evidence has a symbolic meaning of the yeah, of the evidence that you has as a message. So if you just see a person who is walking in a suit, yeah, just going to his car or drive to his work, then and the recipient recognize this, then it has to say something about you. So maybe you do everything to clean, or maybe you needs to be a bit more, yeah, doing the things a bit more cleaner. Um but I clean, I don't mean like cleaning up, but yeah, dress really nice, or maybe you are dressed way too nice and way too much. So you always need to feel what the spirit wills want to say about it. And maybe this person has like a 9 to 5 job every day, and comes from his work and back, and just like a very normal life, and in the walks with his dog, and has a wife and 2 children, and yeah, maybe all the normal things about life, and then the message to you can also be from, yeah, your life does not has to be arranged in every single moment. You can, yeah, let life can come to you also. So this can be a message. You cannot say, that's also very important. You cannot say anything about health. It's not allowed. But I do know, if you see an orange, they sometimes will advise you to watch a bit better of your food. They will never say you need to do this more, or you need to do that more, because they respect your free will, and they will never say that you cannot enjoy life. But they can give you some advice. So an orange can be about health. But when you see someone who's maybe has been ill and died of cancer, this person will never give advice. Everything negative of passing away, like yeah, going to like someone who's been murdered, or taken his own life, or yeah, or died by an accident, or died by being sick. This is never the place to give advice. In this kind of ways, they only say to you from, oh, thanks for being there in my life, or thanks for being there at my hospital bed, or thanks for being there at my cemetery. But they never will give advice in this kind of way. So if you want to give someone advice from the spirit world, you need to have other evidence as well. But you can only have other evidence if you worked it out enough. They also will never say that you must do something, because they have respect of your free will. So they will never say from, you must be a medium, or you must go running, or you must eat better, or you must do your work better, or you must do your administration better, you must clean your house. They will never say this, because they respect your free will. But they can say from, If you work just a bit harder, then you will receive much more, or maybe you work too hard, and they can say from you receive way more if you take some time off for yourself and just relax a bit more, because then things can come way more to you. Okay. So, but I give this like some an example from a message. But if it's about a house, then somebody maybe wants to move, or maybe they want to build something in the house. If it's on holiday, the person also maybe want to go on holiday. But I cannot say it in a black or white way, because you always need to get it from the deceased one. I think and I hope this video was very inspirational for you. If you think I really want to take this tryout session, Erik, with you, I hope that I have enough time yet, because a summer holiday will come, and then it's a bit more difficult to plan. But I want to ask you, Fam, if you want to know more, please send me an email. I will put the email in the link on this, not a link, but I will put my email at the side at the bottom. If you want to know our GPDR, you can go to erikspiritualschool.com. But it's almost completely in Dutch, so I think this is not not a way that everything of you is very clear for you. But in the tryout session, I will work one-on-one with you for 30 minutes, and then I will give you some advice how you can make the connection with the spirit world, and how you can be better at it, and how you just where you are. And it's also a very interesting way of knowing of working with mediumship is something for you when you want to keep growing with this, and maybe get even better at it, and maybe want to get more education of it. Okay, now this is what I want to say for you now. I hope you like this video. Please react on this video. So I will not do this every day, but I will answer all your questions. So if you have a question, please put the questions under the video. And I wish you a very lovely day. And if you also go on holiday this summer, then I wish you a very happy holiday. Maybe you watch this video in the winter. Today when I made it, it's 19th of June 2006. 2026, sorry. 2006 is already 20 years ago. So this is the part where I want to tell you about how you can make a reading. And I think that this video is probably not enough to really do readings, but I think it can be an inspiration for you to maybe work a bit for you yourself if you want it. I wish you a very lovely day again. Goodbye.